Tonight on CTV, the Poudre School District has a plan to combat mental health problems in high schoolers.
Plus, CSU is a part of multiple important research projects that could bring massive changes to climate change and weather prediction.
And how students really feel about off-campus housing.
All that and more on CTV starting now.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Ren Wadsworth.
And I'm Ashley Jones-Sykes. Thank you for tuning in with us. Before we get into the show, Kenneth Frederick joins us with some breaking news. Kenneth?
Ashley, due to tomorrow's current forecast, Colorado State University announced earlier this afternoon that all classes and events are canceled. This includes in-person or remote classes for all of Larimer County's campuses. Enjoy the snow day, Rams. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kenneth. You know, I don't know about you, but I'm personally looking forward to staying home and cuddling with my cat tomorrow.
Me too, absolutely. I'm really glad I'm missing class tomorrow.
Yeah, I bet a lot of students are super glad about the cancellation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the snow is definitely one thing that students don't have to worry about tomorrow. Being a student often means a toll on your mental well-being. Poudre School District is offering support to students through new initiatives for the school year. Studies show that even prior to the pandemic, suicide rates in the Poudre School District had been steadily rising. The new initiative plans to teach students and teachers how to spot and respond to possible warning signs. PSD also intends to add after-school activities to connect and communicate with participants. Whether you're in high school or at the collegiate level, being vigilant of your health and the mental health of those around you is one way to make a more understanding learning environment.
The Larimer County Health Department performs health inspections on many restaurants in Fort Collins. The Las Delicias establishments with points on their inspection are shut down. The Las Delicias meat market is facing closure with a dangerously high 122 points. The College Avenue restaurant also failed the assessment back in 2020 when the department gave them an even higher score of 137. Any restaurants with violations ranging from 0 to 49 pass and continue serving customers. Other restaurants that scored between 50 and 109 points can stay open but are required with reinspection. It is up to all restaurants in Fort Collins to evaluate their health conditions and adjust to the health department's standards.
Fort Collins, along with many other college towns, are known for having expensive rent, but a city plan aims to change that with new developments. Part of the Fort Collins Affordable Housing Project includes 54 townhomes and an apartment complex in Old Town. Groundbreaking for both projects is estimated to begin this February, with more projects beginning in 2023.
On or near campus has proven very helpful for many people, especially here at CSU. However, many students are saying that sometimes living in a student apartment has its downsides.
Housing is an issue for students all over the country. Issues can come in many forms, from the cost to the quality of living situations. For the former, students here in Fort Collins have had complaints about the price of rent for quite a while.
But I definitely do know that a lot of people struggle with it, and that the prices are pretty extravagant and not very realistic for a lot of people.
It's like $900 a month, then you pay utilities. Parking pass is like $200 or something. So it ends up being like $1,000 plus a month.
When it comes to off-campus housing, Fort Collins has many options to choose from. The district at Campus West is a very popular complex that has recently come under fire in a lawsuit for construction defects. Students don't lay the blame at the feet of everyday staff like janitors and front desk attendants. The blame from residents seems to be aimed at the building's management staff.
I think the staff is mostly younger people, and so I think either there's been some understaffing or maybe they're just newer at this, but I think because of that, it hasn't been as efficient as it could have been.
I mean, like the people that work here are great. Like the hourlies are like amazing. It's just like the people that manage it and that own the building, like they basically are trying to make it so that they can find you. Like it is how it feels as a resident.
Despite your everyday maintenance issues, living close to campus can benefit some students. However, student housing issues range from affordability to safety and quality concerns here in Fort Collins, and that is worrying for many students.
Student housing is changing all the time, and Fort Collins is always adjusting to accommodate students here at CSU.
Students in Denver are learning to grow crops in their school's front yard. Bruce Randolph High School takes a hands-on approach to learning with the Ag Connect pathway. The program encourages education outside of the classroom and focuses on agriculture and cultivation studies. In the garden, students learn how to grow and harvest crops. The addition to the curriculum is Denver Public Schools' attempt to introduce alternative careers opportunities. The food produced by students is donated to surrounding neighbors. Communities around the high school are in what is considered a food desert, and the soil has been polluted past agricultural use. This shows the university is staying true to its goal to educate the state in ag sciences because Ag Connect pathway itself was supported by CSU.
Want to make a difference in your community? Well, now may be your chance to get involved. The Northern Larimer County Health District currently seeks candidates for their upcoming Board of Directors election. Responsible for dental, mental, and preventative health, the district also helps people access affordable health insurance in the county. In order to run, candidates must be at least 18 years old, registered to vote in Colorado, and reside within the district. Currently, there are 4 of the 5 board positions open to run for. Those interested are encouraged to download self-nomination forms at healthdistrict.org/2022 board election. Forms are due February 25th with elections occurring on May 3rd.
Colorado State University researchers are taking climate change research down to the root. Scientists are examining an area of agriculture that has gone overlooked in previous research. Grasslands in America may fill critical gaps researchers have about global warming's effects. The study focuses on droughts and severe flooding through landscape observation.
The major goal of this project is to try to understand how these two extremes in precipitation change may interact to influence carbon uptake in the semi-arid grassland that I'm showing behind me, which is the shortgrass steppe.
Data from the fieldwork will be collected and distributed to other ecological researchers over the next 3 years.
The university's research isn't just within the fields, but also beyond the atmosphere. SpaceX recently launched a satellite sensor known as Tempest D2 to the International Space Station. The sensor is a technology demonstration to show how smaller cost and lower power satellite systems could gather critical data for weather prediction. This device was developed by CSU researchers led by a professor of electrical and computer engineering, Stephen Reesing. According to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the device is smaller than a cereal box, but could be game-changing for weather forecasting. After returning from a successful mission just 3 years prior, the sensor is back in orbit and scientists are confident about the weather data it will produce.
Speaking of weather data, we've got Kenneth Frederick coming right up with all you need to know about the weather for this week. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break, Rams.
Fort Collins Recreation is getting a new director. Interim Recreations Director Erin Harris was holding down the fort, but Leanne Williams will assume her role as director sometime in February. Williams will be responsible for 10 facilities, a full-time staff, a part-time staff, and an $11 million budget. With a Master's of Science in Physical Education and Exercise and Sports Science, Williams plans to bring her expertise and passion to Fort Collins Recreation.
Aging is something that happens to us all, and Colorado State University students are challenging the way we think about it. In a collaboration with CSU and the Department of Art and History, a project was created to unpack the stereotypes behind aging. Named Art and Aging, the exhibition will feature works meant to represent what healthy aging meant to the artists.
One is obviously reconsidering a topic that, or an issue that might not be right now part of what they were thinking about right now. The other thing is realize that painting is not just a medium to make cool, beautiful things that you can hang on top of a couch. It can allow you to actually approach life from a critical perspective, right? And reconsider how you exist here in the world, right?
The exhibit aims to reframe aging as a natural stage of life. Art and Aging will be held from 4 to 6 in the evening in the CSU Health and Medical Center.
Recycling has always been very important to CSU, and Monday officially kicked off the first week of its zero waste sorting game. From January 31st to March 13th, the game will be available online to test your sorting skills. Housing and Dining remains committed to reducing waste on campus, and students who recycle responsibly help make that possible. Students living in on-campus facilities can play the game with their housing community's eco-leader and potentially earn a prize. To help you with your scores, Housing and Dining has a waste sorting guide on their zero waste page to explain what is and isn't recyclable. To access the game, go to zerowastegame.colostate.edu. Even though it's cold out, that doesn't mean students don't get to partake in outdoor fun activities. Reporter Abby McPhail joins us live in the studio with more on how one group helped distract students from the stresses of the new semester. Abby?
Thank you, Ashley. As many of you are aware, last Wednesday, CSU's campus was basically like being on an ice rink. But if you didn't get enough slipping and sliding from the icy sidewalks, there was another place to put your skating skills to the test. The Resident Hall Association put together a real ice rink in the plaza as a way to give students a chance to chill out between classes.
If you were able to brave the cold last week, you might have noticed an ice skating rink in the plaza. Many Rams laced up a pair of skates and joined in on the fun.
This is Ramzan Ice. It is hosted by the Residence Hall Association. We have an ice skating rink, we have free merch, drinks, and a DJ. It's partially for recruitment. It's also a big welcome back to CSU. You know, second week of classes, you're getting back into the swing of things, and we wanted to give everyone at CSU something fun to do.
Although the event only took place for 2 days, there was an army of people who worked to put the rink together.
It's one of the biggest events that we've done in a while. It's taken about 3 months to plan, so we have all sorts of things that came together to make this happen. We had a couple of really big waves. We're almost out of snacks now, and we're only an hour in, and so it's going really well. We have a good turnout for the event.
While the event helped with recruiting for the Residence Hall Association, it also offered Rams a fun break between classes.
There are student funds that go into organizations, so whenever we can do something big and fun, it's always benefiting them, so they have something to get them out on a Thursday or Friday night, go skate, have some fun, and get some free stuff.
This cool way to bring students a unique on-campus experience was a total hit. Rams, don't forget to keep an eye out for more awesome activities hosted by all kinds of organizations here at CSU. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Abby. And that brings us to the end of our news for tonight.
But don't go away just yet. Emily Kozel is up next with the latest on sports.